What's up, everyone? Trent here.
Along with Julia.
Welcome back to the channel, and we're checking out the first trailer for Echo. Ooh. And it's going to be really interesting to see what Maya Lopez has been up to since Hawkeye.
Yes.
Really keen to see Laqua Cox back as Echo, and very excited for some more street-level MCU stuff.
Definitely.
Let's check it out.
Let's go.
Maya. I see everything.
Yes.
Oh. Give the kid ice cream.
Oh no.
Oh no.
D'Onofrio's Kingpin is brutal.
Absolutely.
The splatter of blood. But he's like a big baby.
Don't be afraid.
Oh. God, brutal.
You have so much pain in you. You. So much rage.
So much rage.
That you can't contain it.
Ooh.
Ooh.
He's back in black. Gonna see more of the Native American. Ooh.
Ooh.
God. Yes, there was Matt.
You and I are the same.
That's such a good parallel.
So, who's the monster?
This is going to be brutal.
Yeah, that's deep.
This is going to be absolutely brutal. Like,
no bad deed goes unpunished. Interesting turn of phrase to use as well. That is awesome.
That looks really good.
I like that it's going to be seemingly a parallel of, like, a contrast of Fisk and Echo. Seeing that paternal figure, the almost like the guardian angel that he was, brutal in anyone wronging her, but also the manipulation.
I was just going to say, and
to lead the tracksuit mafia and the aftermath.
Yeah, the manipulation that has clearly started really young.
Yeah.
To lead to what we had happen in Hawkeye. It's going to be a very interesting ride.
I love the eye patch.
Yeah.
Not fully blind, but just the subtle differences. The previous scenes with him all in white, when we're familiar with him from the Daredevil series, but it takes a lot of imagery. Like, we had the family business attire in Hawkeye, but this takes a lot of imagery from when he's blinded by Echo in the Bendis series with Alex Maleev on art. Yeah. He actually comes back in black, and he dresses in black for the majority of that.
Right, yeah.
And it's going to be interesting because we got a very quick glimpse of Daredevil in that. Very quick. It was literally just him doing a jump over a table. That's how you show Daredevil in a trailer. It doesn't take away from the other characters. It doesn't take away from Maya being the lead and this being about them. He's going to be present. Definitely. Also makes you think what other street characters could be introduced.
Yes.
Because it seems like she's now going on her vendetta against organised crime. A lot of violence and fighting was happening at the skate park. I love how they're portraying her deafness with just the subtle silence. And then in the trailer, cutting to Fisk doing the big thumping punch, but there was some moments of fighting where there's nothing.
The interesting use of sound that was picked up through Hawkeye as well, like especially through that episode where there was so minimal sound.
Yeah.
And how impactful that is to show her universe. It's going to be or perceives the universe. It's going to be really interesting to see how that is used in this show as well.
Yeah, and I like that they're showcasing her leg as well.
Yeah,
they're embracing her disabilities, and they are a front of power for her, which is really good to have that sort of representation. On that note as well, it looks like we're going to be getting some more of her Native American culture in there as well, and her family. I'm not sure if it's going to be in the present or the past, but she could very much be going back to her roots and embracing her culture. And it's going to be good seeing that, because that's what the MCU's done really well in Phase 4, is focusing on characters from various cultures and having that representation in there. Miss Marvel did it fantastically.
Yeah, they did.
So it's going to be really good to see that on screen. In this.
It is going to be interesting to see how the story progresses through this, whether it is in present, whether it's dealt through a lot through flashbacks, whether it is that mix of half flashbacks, half present, or moving future. Like, it's going to be an interesting way of storytelling.
Yeah, and I hope there's not too much jumping, but the flashbacks that they do show are pivotal to showing why she has... why the relationship has turned out the way it has, and why she feels so betrayed. But yeah, really violent. Looks like it's going to be incredibly violent, which is something we haven't really seen in the MCU.
Definitely not seen that level of violence in particular for a trailer, particularly. So if this is the trailer, is it going to be reflective of the show? If we're getting these street level villains and heroes, which awesome. It does have to have that violence to it. Yeah,
but I still say they use that word unpunished for a reason.
You think he's going to make an appearance?
I'm not getting my hopes up, and I'm purely speculating, but this would be the type of show that either has Frank in it, leading into Daredevil Born Again, but just even if it's just a passing thing to establish characters that exist. Yeah. Could even be a good way to bring Logan in, because Logan had a big impact on her during Echo when he was teaching her about. He actually basically helped her go after organized crime in the comics. It'd be just a nice little thing to introduce key characters without taking away the focus from Echo, which looks like it's going to be really tight knit on Kingpin and his organization,
and that relationship. It's going to be really cool.
And just on Kingpin, D'Onofrio looks amazing. He looks like a big man child. Just he's a brute.
Yes,
he's a brute. And I think this is going to be interesting, seeing him at a low point and him trying to retain that power, and are other factions coming to fill the power vacuum or see that he's weak and try to overthrow. But yeah, it's going to be very interesting. I'm very excited for that. It looks dark. It looks brutal. It looks like it's going to be really well character driven. So yeah, very, very keen for that. Tell us your thoughts on the Echo trailer in the comments. I'm Trent.
I'm Julia.
And as always, keep it nerdy.